Hello everyone, welcome to ProdEgyIAS, and today we are starting a series on the optional subject sociology. So let's start with it. What is sociology? Sociology is often called the science of society. It studies how people live together, how they form groups, and how these groups work. Now, one thing we must understand clearly: sociology is not about individual behavior in isolation. If you're sitting alone and thinking, that's completely psychology. But the moment you interact with your family, your friends, your workplace, your community, that's where sociology begins. It looks at patterns of human interaction, how they behave in groups, not in isolation. For example, why do almost all societies have marriage as an institution, even though the customs differ? Why do we find inequality, rich and poor, men and women, upper caste and lower caste, in different forms across the world? Why do rules, norms, and traditions control our behavior? Sociology tries to explain these patterns scientifically. It does not rely only on opinion, trade, and belief. It uses research methods, evidence, and data to analyze the patterns of society, to analyze the human behavior in groups in society. That is why we call it as a science, a social science. Now, we will talk about the birth and history of sociology. Curiosity about society is not new. Heavens have always asked, what makes a good society? How should people live together? In ancient world, thinkers like Plato and Aristotle in Greece reflected on justice, law and politics. उसी तरह इंडिया में भी texts like Manusmriti and Arthashastra also discussed social order and governance. But these ideas were philosophical or religious. They were not tested through science. In the Middle Ages, for nearly 1,000 years in Europe, religion guided most of the thinking. Society was explained as God's will. It was dominated by church and monarchy. The church was central. Then came Renaissance and Enlightenment, 16th to 18th century. This was a turning point. People began questioning tradition. Science got developed. Galileo looked at the stars scientifically. Newton explained gravity. Similarly, thinkers began asking, can we study society scientifically too? Yes. So by the 19th century, Europe was going through huge changes. First, it was Industrial Revolution, the emergence of factories, machines, metro cities. Then came the French Revolution, new political ideas of equality and democracy, and the scientific progress embedded reason over tradition. It was in this backdrop that sociology was born as a discipline. Now the part comes emergence of sociology. The credit for founding sociology as a subject goes to Auguste Comte. He used the term sociology first and believed society could be studied with the same objectivity as natural sciences. Along with him, other great thinkers shaped sociology. Herbert Spencer, he compared society to a living organisms. Different parts work together to keep it alive. Emile Durkheim focused on social facts, forces outside the individual that shape the individual's behavior, like the religion he or she follows, the law, the norms of the society. Then came Max Weber, looked at meaning and interpretation, why people act the way they do. Then Karl Marx, though not traditionally grouped as a founder, but his analysis of class struggle and capitalism became the central to sociology. So, sociology was not born overnight. It was a response to new challenges of modern society. Now, let's discuss the concepts of modernity and modernization. To understand sociology, we must understand modernity. Modernity means the shift from traditional societies to modern societies. In a traditional society, life was slow, rural, based on agriculture, guided by customs, with extended families and strong religious influence. Whereas in modern society, life became urban, industrial, fast paced, individualistic, and secular. This transition is called modernization. Think of it like this: when a small agricultural village turns into a bustling industrial city, when families break from joint to nuclear, When traditions give way to scientific thinking, that is called modernization. So let's discuss the features of modernization. First, scientific inventions and technology like steam engine, electricity, computers and internet which emerged changed how people worked, communicated and lived. Second, industrialization. It was a shift from farming to factory work. It created urban centers and a new working class. Third, urbanization. There was growth of cities. Different lifestyles, anonymity, and diverse populations emerged. Fourth, capitalism and free markets. Rise of private property, trade, and industries became popular. Economy became the driver of social change. Fifth, education and media. Spread of schools and universities. Newspaper, radio, TV, internet created an informed public. Sixth, transport and communication. Railways, airplanes, telephones, mobiles shrank distances. The global connectivity emerged. Seventh, political changes. A rise of democracy, more citizen participation in the governance. Eighth, family transformation. Nuclear families replaced joint families. Marriage and gender roles began to change. Ninth, division of labor. People took specialized jobs instead of being jack of all trades. 10th, secularization. Religion became more personal, less dominant in politics and public life. And the last, new markets. Old barter systems faded completely. Global markets, money economy, and consumer culture expanded. All these factors together created what we now call the modern world. So, why study sociology? Now, the natural question arises, why should we study sociology today? Because it helps us to understand the social problems like poverty, inequality, casteism, and gender discrimination. Because it allows us to see beyond our personal experience and understand the larger system. And because in a rapidly changing modern world, society gives us tools to analyze and adapt. As the famous saying goes, sociology makes the familiar change. It helps us to see everyday life in a new light. So we will again come up with a new concept in society. So we will again come up with a new concept in sociology. So stay tuned for more updates at the rate of ProdEgyIAS.